or make you laugh, make you cry like ain't life funny. Ugh. Now,
That's what I figure. We'll start like even politics is more positive than the Dallas Cowboys. So
exactly.
Let's start with that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, at this point, man, like it's just total chaos. Seems like I just saw something that said they traded the guy that they brought in this year. So we had brought in this guy Griffin from the Vikings, and then they just traded him to the Lions because it's just like, why not? You know, like we're just doing stuff anyways. But I mean, he wasn't playing that great. He was all right, but you know, it just goes to show once again we're just lost. And now the whole team's turning on Mike McCarthy and on the defensive coordinator. And this morning,
they heard you, dude. You did.
Well,
it.
get this.
You're responsible, dude.
Oh, get this. They are so crappy now. They were trying to like put that dude, the defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan, on the spot, and was like they had him on a Zoom call, like all his reporters and shit. So I saw it on Undisputed. He's talking to the guys on the Zoom call, and he was eating food, I guess, before that, and he rubs his eye, and he gets, like, hot sauce in his eye. And he's like, oh, dang, y'all, I just rubbed my eye. I got Tabasco on my finger. Like, oh, man, like, I'm at to get off this Zoom meeting. I feel like that was awesome.
That's a good plan,
oh,
Mike.
Bro. Strategic pull. He pulled the ripcord so quick. Like, they literally were like, hey, Mike, so, yeah, we just wanted to ask you about the defense. Like, oh, yeah, guys, oh, damn, my eye. My eye.
Like that is always funny where Dennis blows chili powder in Dee's eye right before he has to give that speech. They're like, listen, Mike, I mean, you can go out there just straight up naked if you want, but you might want to shed a tear real quick.
Well, bro, it definitely worked because he got out of there. But I think he knew he's about to be on the hot seat and was like, I have no answers for any of these questions. The team sucks. I suck. It is what it is. Like, you can't go out there and say that.
What, as a coach on that team at all, or even as a player at this point, you got nothing to say.
Giving up.
What tape are you going to show? Like, this is me doing well. It's like there's nothing.
Right.
There's
that's the thing. Like,
tape.
Nobody has any good tape out. Like, they literally have all quit, dude. Like, the coach down the line, dude. Like, I think it's just like, to me, the problem that really happened is Mike McCarthy came in there and just yes-manned everything. Like, he literally looks like you could just bring him anything. Like, you ever, like, when you were a kid, try to be sneaky with your parents and, like, they're not paying attention, like, especially, like, your dad, and you just be like, hey, Dad, can I go outside real quick? And, like, you about to go out there and, like, shoot a paintball gun or something, but, you know, it's your dad. He's not about to ask you all that. He's like, what's your mom say? Like, she said, yeah. You know what I mean? And then you just run out the door, you know what I mean, and get your dad in trouble. Like, that's what Mike McCarthy is. He's just like the dad that you just bring anything. It's like, hey, Jerry Jones, like, I think next week we're going to have, like, 3 Dolphins do a backflip at halftime show, man. We actually let the Dolphins start because, you know, Dalton's hurt, so we're just going to put in a Dolphin. It's like, yeah, okay, I can make that work. Like, I just think McCarthy's just down with anything, you know what I mean? Like, that's why the team doesn't respect him, though. You know what I mean? Because it's like they can see it's like you're just taking a check, dude. Like, you're not even – I don't know, bro. Like, at this point, the players suck, too, because, like, they quit in, like, the second quarter, dude. Like, I watched that whole game because I was really like, let's see if they show some pride and try to beat the Redskins.
I just realized something. We're so unorganized. This is going to be the NFL portion of the show. This is not the politics portion of the show.
Oh, yeah. I thought we already were clear about that.
I think we said the other way. But anyway, we'll play the bumper right now, a little late. Hey, bam. So I agree with what you said, first of all. That at this point, when I watched them play Washington, I was assuming they would put something on the field to like maybe honor Dak Prescott and be like, look, dude, sorry this happened to you. Like something.
For your own self-pride.
But they didn't.
Just as a player.
Like, I mean, I watched the highlights, or whatever you call that, those game recaps they put on YouTube after the game. And I mean, truthfully, there was no good tape. I mean, they had – and, like, what's even crazier is they played so shittily that it's beyond criticizing the team, like, on the TV shows. What I'm hearing most is people pissed that the Cowboys didn't do something, like, aggressive to the guy who knocked Andy Dalton out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I totally get that. Like, somebody should have been like, yo, what the fuck?
for
Because
sure.
even the guy who did it, whatever that dude's name was on the Reds or on the Washington football team's squad that decapitated Dalton, you could
Yeah.
tell like after it happened, like once he did it, he was like, oh shit. Like he even like you could tell he knew he fucked up.
Well,
Like you're that guy from Menace to Society.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Well, what happened, like, because I watched it live. So what happened, if you were really paying attention, right when that happened, Dalton got hurt, and they kind of went directly to commercial, like, because he got laid out and his helmet came off, and, like, he was, like, with his face in the grass, and they were like, oh, this is, that's not good. They're going to have to kick him out the game for that. And, like, the rest, from what I heard, because Skip Bayless, I guess, either saw it or he didn't or whatever, but he was saying that, like, the refs kind of grabbed that dude and kicked him out the game immediately. And all of the Cowboy players went to go look at Dalton and be like, yo, are you okay? But, I mean, I still feel that, like, some random person, like, whoever it was, like Zeke, one of the wide receivers, like, somebody that was away from that.
Alden Smith, you've been arrested for whooping
well, he was on the
ass.
bench.
Like, go throw some hands. Like, at least throw, like, a body into the dude.
He was on the bench, but, I mean, like, somebody on offense could have definitely pushed that dude. But they were kind of saying that they got him off the field pretty quick. But to me, at that point, man, it's not even about trying to fight no more. Like, that dude did some just outlandish stuff, and like they were beating us anyways. Like, because that you never do that. Like, he was already sliding on the ground. Like, even like they showed in the replay, like the guy on his team even was looking like, "What are you doing? Like, why did you do that?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just some craziness. But I mean, in terms of like just the team, dude, like I said, they gave up in the second quarter, dog. Like, they were down like, I think it was like 17 or 20 something to 3 or whatever, and they like almost got a comeback, and then Zeke fumbled that. He got that interception off of him, and after that they just quit. Like, the whole team laid down, bro. And I was just like, yeah, it just is what it is. This ain't the year. They packed it up.
Now is a dude who played at James Madison University.
Bro. I know, bro. It's over.
My dad was like, that's crazy. He played here, and like he wasn't that.
It's over
here, and it's like
it's over.
Cowboys now. Whenever Dalton got speared like that, that dude just it's like
swallowed his nuts in his throat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, I gotta go out there. Because dude, like, that's the thing, man. Like, the line is just bad. Like, everybody keeps trying to point fingers,
dude. You gotta. But the thing of it is, it's like as a quarterback or any one position on the team, everyone else is playing like dog shit. There's no one there that can be like, you got to pick it up because who is that guy?
Well, you know the real truth of this all is? The real truth of this all, and I'm going to say it, you've already heard me say this many times before since you've known me. The problem is Jerry Jones, dude. Well, like, you're the general manager. You're supposed to look at the team and build it, not just for this year, but for the next. Like, he invested hundreds of millions of dollars into the offensive line that were off their prime, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, if you know they're getting up in age and they already got the contracts, what you're supposed to try to do is renegotiate the contract so they get more money up front and less against the cap, and then you can bring more people in to, like, be backups. You know what I'm saying? You go and get a veteran, or you draft a rookie off, 7th round or whatever. You know what I mean? And, like, to their credit, they try to draft rookies, but they're not good at evaluating late round talent. Because, like, none of our late round people have played football. Only the latest round person we got that's really been good is Dak. And they don't want to give him his money because it's a late round talent. You know what I'm saying? So that's just all GM shit, dude. Like, the team we have, really, the good team that we had that Jason Garrett got was built by Wade Phillips. Like, nobody wants to talk about that. Since the time that Garrett was there, he didn't really bring in a lot of great talent. Like, all the people that we got that were, like, really shining people are still on our team from the Wade Phillips era, bro. And then before that, it was Bill Parcells. I'm just a real fan. Like, I've seen the team over the years, and it's like, who is the star guy? Like, we'll get a good guy every once in a while. That's, like I said, like a stud anyways, like just a dude that was like a shining star in college. And it's like, he was a kind of the can't miss dude. But then when you have to, like, get like those, we need like a guy that can be this, but he can develop into that. They can't find that guy, no matter what position it is. So, because, like I said, that's all general manager shit though. Like, and I think it's because Jerry Jones don't got to answer to nobody. When you're a GM and you got an owner. Yeah, what you about to say?
I just feel like with your team, it's almost like a replay of what happened to the Raiders, where you have this owner who's like, at one point, what he did created success.
Right.
But it was ultimately like that was a bad thing because that gave that dude credibility. And like in your case, the guy seems to think that he in some way has his finger on the pulse of like what actually is good in terms of like a football team. He's a great businessman. He took a team, he bought a team, and he took it from whatever it was when he bought it. And they're like, you know, the most lucrative and like worth the most of all NFL teams. That's great.
Of all teams in the
that.
country, dude. They're worth more than
like,
the Yankees. Like that's what's crazy about them. You know,
great. You're great at that, but that doesn't make you a coach, or that doesn't give you a good football mind. You might have had guys who you employed who knew good football, like you said, Jimmy Johnson or whoever the GMs were of that era that picked the talent.
No, Jimmy Johnson was the coach that picked the talent, but then everybody said it was Jimmy's team, so that's why he got rid of Jimmy. Yeah. And then he, of his own pride, tried to do it on his own.
Like, it seems like he was like a guy who was on like the shoulder of a giant who was making all the calls, but he in some way was like, yeah, well, that guy did it because I hired him. So I guess I know football. So now he's because he got that success and he is the guy who owns the team, he can inject his opinion where, you know, like my team, the Steelers. Their owners never change. It's been a family-run company or whatever you want to call it. You don't hear about the Rooneys like, you need to get this guy. They hire guys, and they just have.
You know what's crazy about the Rooneys? They stick with coaches for so long and are happy to do it.
But look what happens. Look what it does.
But I was about to say, they're totally happy to do it, and at no point did they ever want to outshine what the team is doing. Like, that's the problem. Like, Jerry wants to get the accolades as if he's playing the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, regardless of who you get on the team, who's playing, they're never going to say, oh, that guy won because of Jerry Jones. That's not going to ever be the answer. Unless maybe you built like a great team around him with a bunch of talent that like you put together a dream team of like the Warriors or something, like the Golden State Warriors on the football field. If you do that, maybe people will give you credit. But at no point are people going to be like, he threw that touchdown because of you, Jerry. Like, that's not how the fucking shit works. But Jerry wants to be in the spotlight.
That's why I said that, though, about like the Raiders and Al Davis. Like, he got that success, but then you see what happened to that team for so long. Like, they just took a fat shit because his crazy ass was like, you got to do this. Like, I know football. Run it this way. And nobody wants to work with that guy except a dude like Mike McCarthy, who is just a yes
man.
You know,
bro, they said Al Davis. They said Al Davis used to call down to the field and be like, throw it deep and make the coach call a bomb play, bro. Like I forgot who it was who said it was, I think it was Warren Sapp said he was on the bench and he saw the phone ring and somebody went and answered. He said one of the other players looked over at him and said, hey, they about to throw it deep. And he said, what? He said, yeah, man, watch this. They about to throw a bomb. And then he said that they did it, and he looked over at the some other guy he used to play with. He said, yo, dude, why you didn't tell me it was this bad over here? He's like, man, you just got paid a fucking $90 million check. Like, what's up? Like, it don't matter. So we just getting paid. Like, I was like, that is crazy. But yeah, dude, like, that's Jerry Jones is one step below that. So that's really, if you want to point fingers, that's where they need to be pointed at. Because, like, to me, I've seen that our linebacking play sucked for a long time. Our defense has been trash for a long time, bro. And it's like, now that they're actually calling on the defense to be the best part of the team because the offense fell apart, it's impossible. They were always the weak link. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you can't make your weak link strong all of a sudden. You have people with 7-year contracts on the defense that you paid. So you have them now. It is what it is. And I mean
they didn't even just get – like, I get losing to a good team. You guys have lost to a couple of good teams. You know, even teams that I thought were kind of shitty, like the Cardinals, they're actually good teams. But you go in, your division is trash. Everyone in it's complete shit. And I thought, you know what, you guys are in first place. You're losing, but everyone else seems to be just shitty too. Dude, Washington just straight up even if they didn't do that shit to Andy Dalton, you didn't have a chance. There was nothing happening.
They got on a plane, flew all the way to D.C. in the rain to go and put up 3 points, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Completely dominated in every way by Washington, who is like they're nothing. That's one of the worst teams in the
They got a backup quarterback in too. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, who is their quarterback? Who is their quarterback?
Some Josh Allen, I think is his name, or what's his name?
What's that guy on the Bills?
Cal Allen. That's his name, Cal Allen.
Okay.
I think he was the backup in North Carolina when Ron Rivera had Cam Newton. The backup was Cal Allen, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
And then he brought him along when he got to DC. But I mean, let's go Titans. So go ahead. Enough Cowboy talk.
Just to recap, we both picked Washington to win that game. I said 14-10. You said 28-14. And the final score was...
I couldn't even get them fools to score a touchdown, dude.
25-3, bro. That's just
to get them to score a touchdown, dude. I knew it was going to be a blowout. I knew it was going to be close. Dude, I saw Washington's D-line. We can't block nobody.
That shit was some trizash. So on to the other game that we called, Pittsburgh versus Tennessee. This was a fucking good-ass game, bro. This was a great game against two great teams. Now, you've heard me this whole season. I love the Steelers, but I know the Steelers. And the Steelers almost proved me right in this game by doing some bullshit-ass Steelers shit, which is get a huge lead and then somehow figure a way to do everything wrong to the point where you either lose the game or almost lose the game. And they did that. They almost lost this game. But credits, they won.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
A dub is a dub.
I wouldn't blame that on the Steelers.
Team. I feel like the Titans just showed that they were as good as us, and I think they're actually better than us. Tannehill just fucked them right at the end. So we beat them.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
The score was.
Let me
just get the score out. Let me just get the score out. You can tell me what's up. It was 27-24. I said 28-18. You said 28-17. And you thought the Titans were going to win. I said the Steelers were going to win. So just to recap, I'm actually ahead of you now on the picks, 11-2.
Yeah, I know.
You got 10-3. So how about your boy? I actually am winning now. But I'd love to hear what you thought because you actually like the Titans. I do too. They're a fun team to watch.
This is the thing.
Fuck them.
This is the thing. You can't blame the Steelers for that game because what the Titans did to the Steelers, they literally have done to every team since I've lived in Nashville, dude. Like, when I lived out there, like, I would always watch games and be like, oh, they playing Kansas City. They about to get blown out. You know what I'm saying? And then last year, they beat Kansas City, bro. Like, people don't be wanting to remember that. But Kansas City came to Nashville and beat them. But it's like I told you, if they're playing in their stadium, they have a muddy-ass field, dude. Like, it's notorious for being a sloppy field. So all those fast Tyreek Hill stuff, all that, like, it kind of goes out the window, and those guys aren't as quick as they usually are because of that. And then the Titans are used to playing in it, so they kind of get an advantage. Like, home field advantage does kind of matter for them. That's why I was asking where they were playing. And the only reason why they really lost, like you said, is because Tannehill made a mistake. And actually, they still almost got to overtime with y'all and would have probably beat y'all in OT.
Oh, they would have beat
got
us
a chance,
in OT.
but
here's one thing you need to know about the
saying?
Steelers. If it goes to OT, the Steelers will lose. A Ben Roethlisberger-led Steelers team will lose in OT.
Well, for sure, they was giving that work, man. Like, I had to pick them because I didn't want to keep making the same picks as you, even though I knew the Steelers had a good chance of winning that. I had to show some love, and they didn't let me down, man. That's the thing, man. Like, I can at least be proud of how they showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I used to say about the Cowboys, because even when we would lose, it was like, oh, we only lost by 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a respectable loss. Those days are gone. So I'm a Titans fan for the rest of the season, bro. You might as well switch my logo to Tennessee Titan logo. It's a wrap.
It's
I don't know if I can stick with them,
Steelers
bro.
fan, like, watching them, dude. Fucking Travis Henry is a legit, like, that
Derrick
guy.
Henry.
What's his name? Derrick Henry. I'm sorry, Derrick Henry.
Derrick
That
Henry.
motherfucker. If you like, what I like about that team is even if we stopped him for a half, dude, we stopped him dead cold. He didn't get any yards, and we did good against him. But they will not stop running him, and eventually he is so fucking big and fast that he will rip you apart and he'll get yards. He will get his yards. You can't stop that guy.
Bro, that guy runs like a 4.3 or something, 4.4 or something. Like, dude, like, he fast, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that dude's that big.
he's fucking. I don't want to switch lanes too much, but I do have to say this in regards to somebody being a freak of nature and fast. There's a clip of DK Metcalf. Russell Wilson threw an interception, right?
Yeah.
Over the weekend. This guy catches it.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
You saw the thing where they just showed DK Metcalf react and catch up to the guy?
Ross runner is picked off at the goal line. That's Buda Baker. Buda Baker out in front. Can Metcalf track him down? Can he chase him down?
Yeah, I saw that shit. But honestly, I don't really don't get me wrong, like Metcalf is fast. Like I don't want to take nothing away from him. Like that was straight up a show of athletic superiority.
The guy that had the ball he was running after looked like he was running from Jason. He saw him coming.
Yeah, he did. No! But this is what people don't want to realize, and like this is like a credit to Metcalf. Like I said, I don't want to take nothing away from what he did, but the reason why he caught that dude was because the second that pick got thrown, he reacted to it and started chasing the dude. And he literally started chasing him as the guy was catching the pick. So like he was already moving a little bit slower and had to get his speed up to catch the ball, you know what I'm saying, and get his balance. And while that guy was doing that, Metcalf was literally like in a full sprint already. So that's respect because he chased that dude for like 80 yards. A lot of players would give up, you know what I'm saying? So like legit, he chased that dude down. And it's like you said, he looked over his shoulder. And when you do that, you slow down too. So like that literally it's just like a cheetah running full speed, not breaking stride. You know what I'm saying?
It was like he saw his prey and was just like, you could see that guy like, no.
But I'm telling you, even more so, the fact that he was fast, it was because he reacted to it so quick, dude. Because like a lot of players, I'm telling you, like they see a pick get thrown and they kind of like freeze and be like, oh, damn, I got to chase that guy. Like he didn't even think that. He literally was like already running and saw that guy catch it and just kept running at him like, let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was amazing, like, just for that. Like, but at the same time, I think that guy, had he not looked over his shoulder, he might could have beat him to the end zone. He just, like, for whatever reason, I think, like, guys in the NFL ain't really built to run 100 yards like that at top speed. Like, they're used to playing in short bursts. So, like, they always take a little easy when they get to that, like, 10-yard, 20-yard mark, you know what I mean? And it's just like Metcalf wasn't having none of that, bro. That fool was like, I'll catch my breath on the sideline. I'm going to get you.
But back to what you were saying, I mean, dude, Derrick Henry's a beast. And, like, through that, like, losing like that, that's really – it only made the Titans look that much better, honestly, because they
should have won that game.
If we would have played them again, they probably would win. They probably would beat us worse because Vrabel has a chance to actually analyze our team a little bit better, you know, facing us. But
that's why I give them credit, bro. They make adjustments in the game. Like, bro, my team don't never do that shit. So it is what it is.
Your team is the Titans, Aaron.
I was about to say, man, I'm repping the Titans, dog. Honestly, I used to always have love for the Titans, anyways, because why can't I think of his name right now? Steve McNair. That's the guy that got killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So McNair, I don't know why I can't think of his name, but McNair was some type of way a cousin of my friend growing up. Like distant cousin. Like he wasn't like a close cousin, but like he's always like, yeah, Steve McNair is related to, because his grandma's last name was McNair. So like somewhere on his grandma's side of the family, he was like related to him. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I always had kind of love for them. And then actually, I think that same, like 2 years after that or whatever was when they went to that Super Bowl, you know, and had like the miracle, you know, game, and then they almost won that. So I've always had love for them. Like them in Jacksonville, even though Jacksonville sucks, I used to always just have love for Jacksonville because I like their uniforms, and it's just like,
yeah, I like their logo too, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like I just like, so if I was gonna jump AC to an AFC team, I would be down to pick one of them. And like since like I lived in Nashville, I got to give the love to the Titans, and if they win the Super Bowl, I won't be sad. I would rather them do it than the Chiefs.
I think
they almost beat the Chiefs last year, bro.
The Chiefs are getting a little bit hurt, and I think they're starting to show like they're not as good as they looked initially, dude. Now
last year the Chiefs almost lost to the Titans.
They might be a little bit better, but
I don't think he's gonna matter. I don't think they're even gonna use him like that. I think that he's just gonna be like auxiliary type of shit. But we'll see.
I feel like sometimes people, like if you're on a shitty team and you just kind of stagnate for a couple of years, you lose whatever that special.
That dog.
Yeah. You know, so
you just get used to mediocrity.
I will say,
what's the
game? Steelers fan, I have been hating on them, but you know, they're not playing perfect football, but they're winning every week and they seem competitive. So I feel like we can win on either side of the ball in any week. So I'm going to just go ahead, just for at least the next few games, I'm picking Steelers no matter what.
Listen to this. You might want to hold off on the proclamations.
We'll just get right to it now because this is a special week for Steelers fans. This is Ravens week. Week 1 of the Ravens saga. So this is what I think. If we win this game, I'm a true believer, and I'll just pick them the rest of the season. And to be honest, if we win like this week, we'll be what?
8-0, right?
7.
7-0. Yeah, 7-0.
Yeah, we missed a week, so we're 6-0.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll be 7-0 if we win this week. We're playing the Ravens. I mean, dude, I feel like Lamar. I think we're built to actually do well against that team. But the thing I'm worried about is they have a really good tight end, and we lost that linebacker who covers tight ends, that Devin Bush dude, and we might struggle with that. But you never know. They seem to have figured out all the other things I didn't think they would, and the pressure that we generate with Dupree and Watt and Cam Hayward and stuff. It might be enough. I feel like it's going to be another like game like the Titans game where it's right down to the wire. And if I'm picking, I'm going to pick the Steelers. So I'm picking the Steelers 35.
Where the game at?
35-32. Where is the game at? I don't give a fuck, but I'm saying the Steelers are going to win 35-32. This game is oh shit, we're at Baltimore, so
yeah. See,
but
yeah,
fuck
see.
that, 35-32. Steelers.
All right, so I'm gonna get my win back right now and tie this shit up because I mean we might as well just pick Steelers games from now on because you ain't gonna get me to say the Cowboys gonna beat nobody, dog. Like I just don't see it. Like after that last week, bro, like the Cardinals game was bad, but after seeing how they gave up in the second quarter, I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can even ever say they're down for a win ever again. So I'm going to go with the Ravens just to get my win back off of this one, you know what I'm saying? And I actually think they are going to hurt y'all feelings because in my game predictions, what I think is going to happen is y'all offense going to stale out this week because y'all kind of staled out a little bit against the Titans as you might not want to say that, but I think Ben going to throw 2 in it.
Second half.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ben going to throw 2 interceptions. He going to throw 1 early and put y'all down. And then y'all going to be pressing. And then it's going to be a tip ball bullshit one that y'all get later. Put the voodoo on you. So I'm saying it's going to be 28-23 Ravens.
Wow. Putting the fucking stink on us, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You, dude.
I got to now. I just gotta hate for the rest of the season now because I mean, we see the reality I live in, dude. I literally sat there.
I don't even feel bad. Like it's fine, dude. You can lash out.
Right, dude. I watched that whole game, bro. I was like, just show me some ounce of fight, some grit somewhere. Not happening,
guys.
Bro.
I mean, it just reeks of you can tell when they show sidelines because they can't cut the fans. There's no fans, so all they can do is cut the players, and they all just look sad. They're all just huffing.
You know what it was too?
And like,
they played on Monday night.
Zeke needs to apparently his hands are gone. Like he can't hold on to a fucking ball.
Somebody said he broke his wrist supposedly. But he's still playing. But I'm just – because, like, they said he doesn't twitch the ball. Like, like when you get by the sideline, you're supposed to put the ball in the closest to the sideline. You know what I'm saying? They said he never does that, and they were saying because they think he broke his wrist. But I'm just like, if that's the case, then go sit down. You already didn't quit. Everybody else has. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let the backup play. Yeah, just let the backup play. I don't know, man. So I'm we might as well cut the football segment at this point because we're just picking Steelers games from now on, dude. Like, who do the Cowboys play next week? The Eagles.
Another divisional game.
Yeah, they play the Eagles.
You're playing.
They don't, bro. There's no way in hell they're going to beat the Eagles. Put it down. I don't even got to think about this. I gotta think about this. 38-0, the Eagles. Fuck the bullshit. They're gonna shit on us, dude. They might score 7.
38-0.
Bro, they putting up a goose egg. They might score 7 just to spite me. Just to spite me, but I don't think they're scoring at all. After saying last week, how can you say that? Dude, they got
dude, if they get a goose egg, that will be incredible. I don't think they could stand a goose egg. You gotta like actively try to suck to get.
Here's the thing. They almost did that against the Redskins, dude. The only reason why they got 3 points was because the Redskins went for it on 4th down, and they had a goal line stand in the first quarter, dog. Like, they had to do a goal line stand in the first quarter. That's how the Redskins were scoring. They almost put up 35 on us, and then we only got 3 off some BS. So, like, come on, man. Like, they almost did a goose egg last week. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll give them 35. I'm saying Philly's gonna win, obviously. The Cowboys have no chance to win, but I'm saying 35-6.
Man, motherfucking
Really?
48-0.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
pick any number you want to pick, dude. Like, because they've almost gotten blown out like that a couple of times, bro. The Browns almost did that to them. They was down 41-14 with Dak. Come on, man.
yeah, I mean,
Like, this is the third
good.
quarterback. Like, they're trash, dog.
Mm.
Like, it is what it is, man. Jerry Jones, good job, bro.
Well, you might tie it up, dude, because again, through week 7 of the NFL, picking the Steelers in Dallas, I'm winning 11-2 because obviously I have great taste and a great judgment.
You snuck by with a lucky Steelers win over the mighty Tennessee Titans. The mighty Titans.
You're 1 win away, dude. If Steelers,
I just need, Vin's gonna come out there and throw some picks. His elbow's gonna be a little wobbly this week. We'll see what happens.
It's possible, dude, but we're undefeated, so it's whatever. Like, we're doing fine.
Y'all not gonna be undefeated all season. You realize that, right?
No, but I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Getting into the playoffs at this point, I feel like we got a real good shot at that happening, especially with more teams getting into the playoffs. We're gonna get into that, I think.
If y'all stay healthy.
Some catastrophic happens, but
if y'all stay healthy, y'all definitely will go because all the other teams aren't that good, bro. Like the Raiders are still suspect, Chargers are suspect, Bills are suspect, Kansas City even kind of falling off a little bit, but they're gonna probably go. You know what I'm saying? And then Patriots falling off, Jets ain't shit, Miami kind of all right, but you know what I'm saying? Like every team is like, what I'm saying, they just put Tua in, which is crazy. It's like Fitzpatrick had them, in second place in the division. Like, he had to just bench him.
He was like, I'm heartbroken. They took this job away from me.
He knew it was coming. They picked the dude 5th overall. It's like, come on, bro.
That's been his thing.
Yeah.
He was like the guy on the Bills. Then he became the guy who sits in. He's like Josh McCown.
You're backup, bro.
He's gonna win you some games. He's not gonna lose you a game probably, but as soon as you get that quarterback you really want, you're out, and that is what it is. Sucks.
Yeah. Sorry, but that is you're right. It is what it is. I mean, but look who they'd be replacing him with. It'd be like he was on the Bucks, and then they got Tom Brady. It's like you can't say nothing.
Yeah,
dog.
I mean, dude.
It's like, dude, chill. And it's like
I think, like for him though, like if he can keep doing that, keep riding that wave, bro. I would love it if he was the backup on the Steelers because at least you got some kind of guy with some ability that
he's either gonna he's either gonna come in and throw 5 touchdowns or 5 picks. I mean, that's Fitzpatrick, bro. That's what he do.
He's got a weird image too. Like he started off just like a pretty boy Harvard dude, and now he always wears chains and fucking has that huge ass beard. He's very
like fucking Conor McGregor's older brother.
Yeah, he does. He definitely has that vibe. I guess that's the thing to do if you're just a insecure white dude is you exude being a.
Isn't Fitzpatrick Irish?
Probably.
Isn't he Irish? Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's just he took that swag from McGregor and was like, oh, I'm finna run with this. It's like when You know,
if I had that kind of money and could afford like a mink coat and shit, I would be doing that shit.
Hell yeah. You walking around with your fucking sweaty ass fucking naked shirt and a mink coat, bro.
Yeah,
just sweating the whole inside of that out.
Even if it was just like cold and I wasn't sweating, I would like spritz myself to make sure I had that image of just like
take that shit to the dry cleaner. They're just like, sir, what did you jizz in this? Like, what is this?
Yes, I did. Okay.
But yeah, what was the? Oh, so we're gonna talk about politics, man. Like I said, football is. We've talked about this long enough.
We got those picks off, so let's see what happens. Steelers, please, guys. Just help me. Help me, okay? I don't want to lose to this fucking guy. That he doesn't even have a team, guys. Everyone listening, I've stuck to him, okay? Aaron.
Oh well, I mean, hey, man.
He's on a burning ship, and I get it, dude. But we gotta just have a funeral for the love of the Cowboys, and I guess like the phoenix rising out of the ashes that is your Titans fandom. Is this forever, or is this just for this year?
I mean,
because my mind's blown, dude. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this. To me, it's really not that big of a switch because like the colors are similar. Titans have a star in their logo. I think next to the T, there's little stars next to it.
And
I used to live there.
You got that weird. I think somewhere in your shit is the diamonds that are on the Steelers helmet because that's some sort of oil shit or some kind of, I don't know.
Oh yeah, okay. I think you might be right, but see, that's the thing. Like, I would be even open-minded enough to maybe want to jump ship to a Steelers fandom, but I just can't because you like the Steelers, and I just feel like it's funny to watch you squirm a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because you're hating on me, but like I used to have blind faith in my team. You've always had hatred in your team. Even now, you still want to throw a little bit of shade.
Dude, I just want to point out where this comes from as a fan because I've been a fan. I'm 37 years old, so I would say for 27 real years where I understood what football was and could actually articulate why I liked a team. That's how long I've liked the Steelers. But I lived through seeing your former team, beat us in the Super Bowl that one year when Neil O'Donnell threw it away. So I saw that. I didn't have any real sadness because I wasn't like one of those fans that's been waiting for them to win a Super Bowl for a long. It wasn't like that. But they lost. That was disappointing.
That was when I became a Cowboy fan, and little did I know. That would change the entire course of my life.
And then I went through all the dips that you could go through. Cordell Stewart giving us hope and then taking it away and sucking. And Tommy Maddox, an XFL quarterback who was there before Ben Roethlisberger and had one good year, but then got hit in the head and lost all ability to throw anything but intercepted.
Turnover Tommy.
I mean, anything Mike Tomczak for real Steelers fans. That guy, we had to watch him.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I don't want to cut you off, but I just want all the people to know that I witnessed Matt literally hate on his team all the way up to a Super Bowl championship.
Oh my God!
We were in college. And that year that we were in college, they played the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, right? And y'all beat
them. One of the greatest games of all time, by the way, ever.
Bro, James Harrison was balling out of his mind that year, bro. James Harrison was on fire that year. And Roethlisberger and the Bucs.
Everybody.
Because he's playing that, yeah. Like, y'all were the truth. And Matt literally hated on them every game. I would be like, man, the Steelers doing good. Because my team, like, he's saying all that about his team. At least his team was flirting with championships and AFC titles and shit. My team was still the same 8-8 team and 6-5 and 6-10 team that you're talking about. So like you can say all that, but you used to hate on them, and I was still even at 6-10 have blind faith. Like, man, they gonna get better. They gonna get better. So now I'm where you were. I've just given up. I have nothing else to say because they haven't shown me shit, and they haven't proven shit neither. And now they're quitting, so I really can't fuck with them. But you're saying all that while your team won a Super Bowl, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at my wit's end, dude.
I mean,
I don't know
first
what
of
to
all, just a real quick anecdote about that Super Bowl win. Great night for Matt, because not only did I get to witness that,
It's the first time.
but I
That's when
got
I found out
laid
you were a
that
Steelers fan.
I got laid that night too, which was great. I got all of like everything I wanted. It was just like one of those everything lines up perfectly nights, bro. So just that's just like remember.
That's awesome for you. That's awesome for you, but I just want the fans of the show to know that before that night, you would have never known Matt was a Steelers fan because all he did was spew hatred and obscenities about the Steelers as they won in spite of him. As they won in spite of him. This is how you
motivate a team. I can't be in the room with them. I can't tell them.
Why doesn't it work for me then?
Well,
why doesn't it work for me, man? I've been hating the Cowboys for years, man.
But make
maybe because I secretly love them.
No, make a fucking one of those secret boards and just envision the Cowboys' success. I don't know, but
I find it funny because like if you're from another country, like you give no fucks about football, and like let's just say you randomly heard this, and it's just like Americans, they really seem to care about their football teams. It is I don't even understand this sport. You know what I mean? Like that's what most foreign people tell me. It's like I just don't get it. You know what I mean? And then it's like you ask an American about soccer, it's the same way as like I don't fucking even understand how you're supposed to play that shit. Because to me, bro, soccer looks like to me a mix of mad skill and a whole bunch of luck. Because like in order to actually score, a lot of things got to kind of go right. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody has to kick that little cross kick across the field, and then somebody has to like be running at the perfect time to jump in the air and kick it past the goalie. Like that shit looks hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's all they that's the whole game.
I used to play that as a little kid, a little fat kid. That was a nightmare, dude. All you did was run all the time.
They put my slow ass on defense back in the day. I remember. And then I asked the coach, could I be goalie? And then I was really good at it. And he was like, oh, you could just stay back here at the goalie spot. But I used to make hustle plays on defense, bro. They would tell me don't go past half court. Just stay, half field or like stay back here when somebody come take the ball from them. But they would never let me try to shoot because I guess I just didn't have them skills. I don't know. I was only like, 7, so I couldn't fucking tell you. Wow. Yeah, all Americans play soccer when they're young, and then it's like we just never play it again.
You just gain enough weight where you're like, this is too hard now. So
right.
I'm not good enough to actually do anything with this. I'm good.
Well,
it was cool. I don't mind it, but it's like, god damn.
It's fun, but the thing about it is like in order to watch it now, like as an adult, you have to like be a fanatic about a team. You know what I mean? Because that's how every soccer fan is. They're like crazy, dude. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a team, it's kind of just like, I'm just watching. I have no horse. It's like when you watch two teams in football. It's the same way. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care who wins between the Chargers and the Broncos. You know what I mean? But if you're a Broncos fan, that's like one of your biggest games of the year. You know what I mean? Like you fucking hype. You know what I'm saying? But not for me. So same thing with soccer. But I was going to say, segueing into American shit. Ugh.